Brent Wolgamott here, getting you ready for more Sequester Season 3 interviews. I hope you had a chance to watch the 10 women who I interviewed yesterday. As I mentioned earlier on the Sequester podcast, Audrey Middleton, who is the creator and producer of the show, graciously invited me down to do preseason interviews before the game started with the 20 contestants who are playing this season. I interviewed the women yesterday, but today it's all about the guys. The 10 guys who are playing on this season of Sequester are some of the most interesting characters I have ever encountered, and I hope you have as much of a blast watching them as I did interviewing them. Enjoy. Hey everybody, this is Brent back for another preseason interview with the cast of Sequester Season 3. I am here with somebody who I actually have heard of before on Twitter. Why don't you tell everybody out there in RHAP land who you are and what you do and where you're from?
Sure. My name is Braden Lauer. I'm a lawyer from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Yes. You follow me on Twitter.
Follow, I think, the whole crew on Twitter. Yeah.
Yes. Even Taryn Armstrong.
Even Taryn Armstrong.
Yes.
Even probably Robot Taryn.
It's one of the same, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
I
who
feel
knows?
like, yeah. Okay.
And I'm a lawyer in Vancouver.
Okay.
I won Canada's Smartest Person, which is a smaller little game show that they do up in Canada.
So, explain this to me. You won Canada's Smartest Person.
Right.
Is that something you're going to tell people? Because I saw in your bio that you don't want people to necessarily judge you from that, but I'm like, they will only know if you tell them. Right. So are you going to tell them?
So I have a feeling there's just going to be someone that somehow knows. There's 19 people in there.
Really?
There's 19 people. If someone's from Canada.
You're that big a deal.
Maybe.
All right, I'm here for it.
I don't know. I'm just I might have to swerve into it instead of swerving away from it. So
okay.
We'll see.
All right. So how are you feeling? You nervous? You excited?
I'm
yes?
I'm excited. The nervousness just builds me up.
All right, cool. How long have you been a fan of Sequester? Have you played the online version?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I found Sequester through you guys, actually.
Yeah.
At some point when you guys were talking to Audrey is when I heard about it. So I played the online version. I made a few people cry. Was really over the top.
How dare you, Brady?
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, but it wasn't in person. So as soon as you sort of build those connections in person, I think the game's a little bit different, a little faster, a little scarier.
Okay. So this is a question I have saved specifically for you because this is a question from Taryn Armstrong, and he, like me, grew to love Sequester, and he has evaluated it, and he's not even sure that you will be able to answer this question. So the question is, how do you view Sequester in terms of strategy? Meaning, is there an optimal way to play Sequester given the unpredictable format changes in the game round to round, or is luck the biggest factor? What say you, Braden? Is there a way to optimally play Sequester, and are you a more offensive or a defensive-minded guy?
Right. So there's definitely there's a most optimal way to play almost any game of luck. Even at the casino, there's a lot of games of luck that you bring yourself to the optimal, point of luck. Yes, I think round to round, even game to game, you find the optimal strategy per twist. And early game, try to just stay away from those battle matches. Late game, make people fear you so that you're not brought into battle matches.
Okay, let's talk. This is a question I haven't asked yet. Let's talk about jury management. We just watched the Big Brother finale last night in real time. This is a month after the fact for people who are watching this interview. But jury management was a big deal for some of those people who were on the jury. If you should make it that far to the final 11 and make it to the final 2, how are you going to treat people along the way? Do you have a concept of what jury management is? I remember watching Kim Mattina, and she was like, I don't want to lie to people on their way out the door. I really don't want to do that to them. And I felt like that there was a reticence to lie during the season. So what do you think?
I think this is a different beast. I think there's a feeling in the community, in Big Brother even, that Machiavellian gameplay is no longer respected by a jury. But I think that it's the type of players that are playing those games. So I think here, lying, cheating, playing a game that's a hard game that
I've heard this before.
Yeah, that
this sounds like
respect.
Taryn always says it's not the fact that they're playing the same way, it's the people who are playing the game. Paul and Tyler, who didn't know how to correctly manage their juries.
I tend to think that they're worse at owning their games than other players.
All right. Let's talk about the twists. This is a show that the format changes round to round.
Yeah.
Anything particularly scare you that you don't think is easily navigatable?
Oh my god. I think that twists that sort of have a physical element scare me a little bit because I'm well aware of the fact that there will be people that are bigger and stronger than me.
All right.
But otherwise, I mean, I can probably, mindfuck everyone.
Well, the thing that came through in your bio to me is that you're gonna play a big game. It feels like you're gonna play a big game. Because there are some people who don't know what the fuck they're doing, but you seem to know what you're doing. That you have a plan. This is what I'm gonna do. I want to play a big game. I want to be a target. I want people to think I'm a target. And they use me as a shield until they don't even realize that I'm still there, and all of a sudden I have more power and I can get rid of them. So, is an accurate encapsulation of what you plan to do?
Yeah, I think the big game is actually rewarded a lot more in the Sequester universe. Like, you see the Jessies and the Hamzas actually go far in things like Sequester, way further than they did in other games. And you see Nick in Season 1 win the game being like a villain that everyone was actually just fucking scared of.
Speaking of Jessie, I have to tell you this, though. Your favorite Sequester player, your answer was, ugh, not a lot. Brad, Season 1. Maybe Jessie, Season 2, if I squint hard enough. How dare you, Braden? How dare you? Like, we love Jessie Larson.
He's really funny on the internet.
All right.
He seems like a fun guy to be around, but like playing the game with him, I don't feel like he really played a game that was really fun or exciting.
All right. So
I don't even know who to pick for my favorite player. It's so hard.
It is really hard. I have a couple myself, but I will leave that to another time. We know that in Sequester, unbreakable ties, if they can't be broken, you're going to get your name on the Wheel of Misfortune. If you were somebody who was one of the people who couldn't break the tie, so do you ever foresee yourself going on the Wheel of Misfortune, or would you be like Kim Mattina and say, hell no, I'm never going to do that in my life?
I actually just love I love seeing people's faces break. Like, I would take some of those risks from time to time.
I have a feeling you would too.
Just for the fun of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, on that note, I'm going to leave it be. Braden, I am so glad to meet you in person. Nice. Best of luck on this season, and we will look forward to seeing you win the money.
Bye.
Hey everybody, this is Brent Wolgamott. I am down in Atlanta, Georgia, covering Sequester Season 3. This is our first season covering Sequester for RHAP as a podcast, and I'm here with Thomas. Thomas, how you doing?
Nice to meet you, man. I'm doing great. Excited.
Yes?
A little nervous.
Yes, I am too. You were my first interviewee, and I've never done this before, so I'm feeling nervous right along with you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You watched Season 2, so let's talk about the twists. The thing about Sequester that's different, it's not exactly Big Brother or Survivor. It has little elements of all three put together, along with the Korean game show The Genius, where the structure of the game changes from week to week. So what are the twists that you saw during Season 2 that would really make you tremble with fear, that would really suck to come down the way?
I think one of them that threw everybody in a loop was, it was like something like the least amount of even votes or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, just like things that like numbers and having to calculate who's going to vote for who, just it would probably stress me out. But I don't know. I'm going to try to be prepared for everything. But
all right. Well, and I think that you actually mixed together two of the twists, which I love. Right. That could be like a new twist that Audrey develops, where she had the lowest even number of votes gets voted out. But no, there was a round where the person with the lowest number of votes got voted out, and then there was another round where the person with the highest number of even votes got voted out. Yeah, so you had to make sure you weren't even or odd. And in Sequester, unlike Survivor, unlike Big Brother, you can actually vote for yourself. Mm-hmm. So that obviously adds another dimension to it, which you have to account for. Other people could screw up your plans by voting for themselves. Mm-hmm. So on that note, I had a question about Season 2. So we saw in Season 2 the round where the person with the least number of votes got voted out. And I saw a dynamic between Jessie and Serena where one of them was a giver, in my opinion, one of them was a taker.
Yeah, they had that duo going on.
Yeah, they had a duo going on, but it wasn't necessarily a shared duo because Jessie said to Serena, can you vote for me? I really need somebody to vote for me because I'm a target. And she's like, yeah, I'll vote for you. But in doing so, she left herself vulnerable. Right. And then when the votes were revealed, she was actually one of the people that was tied with everybody and could have conceivably gone home at that point. So would you consider yourself more the Jessie type where you're like, look, I have to be safe no matter what? Or are you more the Serena type where you're like, you know what, I'll cut you a break in hopes for a favor returned later on?
You know, I could see myself, I don't think I'd be as confrontational as Jessie in asking for things, because, you know, people can take that the wrong way and think that you're kind of trying to play them. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I definitely want to think further ahead than just to say, yeah, let's do it. So I'm leaning towards Serena. You know, I don't think she made the wrong choice, but I think she could have played it better.
Yeah.
But I think it would be great for gaining trust.
She wasn't as selfish as I hoped she would be.
Right.
And I feel like in a game like Sequester, especially during that round, I feel like you have to be
a little selfish.
You have to be a little bit selfish. Okay, so this is the thing. As I mentioned, this is our first season covering Sequester, and I'm trying to introduce it to our audience. And I have long said, after I watched the show, that it would be like catnip for RHAP audiences. But tell the people out there why you love Sequester and why they should want to watch Sequester.
So Sequester, and this is something you'll realize if you watch it, is fast-paced as hell. And
a blistering pace.
That's what really interested me, because I've thought about applying to other shows, and then it really just came down to the speed of it. I mean, we're not here for months, and everything is so fast-paced. We don't get to meet these people and have these relationships built over time. So it's really just in the moment thinking, mentally tasking, physically tasking. So that I really wanted to challenge myself, and it seemed like a lot of fun. So
cool. It seems like a lot of fun too. We're glad you're here.
Just like great experience.
So there's another element to the game, which is the LOSs. For those of you who are new to Sequester, it's similar to Survivor's Immunity Idol. It keeps you safe from being eliminated in the game for votes or potentially a battle match. Right. Is that something you can see yourself looking for, and do you think you would need them early on in the game?
I thought about this a lot.
Yeah.
I think me along as everybody else, I think it's paranoid of going out early.
Yes, you came down here. Yeah, you flew down to Georgia for a week to play a game, and you don't want to get voted out first. So yes,
don't want to go out first. So I think that initially in the house, people are going to start maybe panicking, looking for it. I've thought about it a lot. I probably won't look for it until no one's around, or I'm pretty slick, so I'll keep it on the down low. But it's something I'm going to be looking out for.
You look slick.
I try my best.
All right, so here's the thing. I saw people making incredibly emotional decisions about battle matches in Season 2. Honestly, no offense to the people in Season 2, but you guys were totally nonsensical in terms of who you threw into the battle matches. I could not see the narrative of why certain people picked other people. So, Thomas, are you going to make any sense? Like, if you get voted out, like, God forbid you get voted out, are you going to make sense in terms of who you pick?
I hope so. It's up for them to decide, but... Yeah, definitely last year, someone would throw a name out and
you're like,
it'd come back to them and be like, all right, well, if I get out, you're going up. But no, I think really it's going to come down to a strategic standpoint. Who knows? Maybe if I'm out early, I might just want someone I like to come hang out with me. So no.
Well, I don't know if that's the best strategy, but it could be some newfangled strategy that I haven't thought of before.
Get some of the top dogs.
All right, so let's talk big picture. What is your strategy in this game? What do you see happening the first? I mean, it's 5 days, and there's 2 rounds a day, eliminating 2 people per round, so that's 4 people going home every day. What are you going to do? How are you going to survive?
At first, the strategy is be a people pleaser. Lover of all. No one wants to put the person that they love. But then you have last season where you had the floater rounds and people that get caught. I was going to
ask you about that. Yes.
And so it kind of changes your mind. So really, I want to be partnered with someone who I think is strong in the game. I want to not almost hide behind a target, but use them as a shield.
Okay. And
still make those game moves so that I can have a resume, and hopefully it works out, but I'm looking for a backstab at some point. We'll see, but, maybe
that's cool.
Use a shield.
I was going to ask you about that because to me, you could be somebody else's shield, and you may not even know it.
That's a good point, I'm pretty loud. I think I'm a goofy dude, so people might...
I'm not incredibly threatened by you. I saw your pictures when I was looking at the cast list a couple of days ago, and I was like, oh, wow, he seems like alpha as you-know-what. And then I met you, and you're totally sweet and nice. Yeah. So I think you should fit in nice. So I have 2 more questions for you. I saw in your bio, you can do push-ups with your legs over your head.
Well, it's like, I could put my legs over my arms like that, look like a spider, and do some push-ups.
I'm not gonna ask you to do it here, but
I would. I'm in skinny jeans. It might be hard, but
it might be hard.
We'll see.
I don't even think that we can get it on camera, and I'm not gonna ask Jordan to change the camera. But the other thing I wanted to ask you, and I have to talk to you about this.
Right.
They asked you your favorite Sequester player.
Right. Yeah.
Who did you say?
I said Judd.
You said Judd?
Yeah, I said Judd.
I hope you were talking about for entertainment purposes.
Yes, of course. No, he was hilarious. He started off slow, he was quiet.
Right.
I mean, I didn't know who Judd was until a couple episodes in.
How dare you? You didn't know who Judd was?
No.
Oh my god.
And then you find out it's because he has that LOS that he's been holding on to.
Right.
And then I respected his move with the fake LOS. I thought that was pretty nifty. And then he just started causing drama left and right, and it was just so funny. His accent, it was just so funny.
So you might
Judd
emulate
as a character
his entertainment and his character, but not his necessarily strategic gameplay.
No, not really. I mean, he had some good ideas.
A couple of good ideas here and there.
He was a little too loud. I just thought he was hilarious.
He burned too bright, too fast.
Yeah, definitely.
And in a game even in a game that is fast paced as Sequester, I felt like it was
you
a
do
little
gotta pace
too
yourself
bright.
at some point. So.
Well, Thomas, I am wishing you all the best of luck. Everyone out there in Robb's Podcast Land is wishing you all the best of luck. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right,
it's an honor.
Thank you. Hey everybody, Brent Wolgamott here with another preseason interview of Sequester Season 3 for Robb's Podcast. We're here with our next contestant who is trying to win the big money. Why don't you tell everybody who you are, where you're from, what you do, Matt?
My name is Matthew, and I am 51 years old. I live in a small town outside of San Antonio called Hondo, and currently I am retired from the Air Force, and I play music full-time.
Work! I was in the Army for a little bit, and from 2000 to 2004.
Thanks for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
But this is about you. So when we were driving over here and we were unpacking our bags, I actually rode the car with you, and you said you were aware of who I am.
Yep.
But why are you aware of who I am? Do you watch Big Brother or Survivor? Like, what are you into?
So I do watch those shows, but I
Yes.
also watch Rob Has a Podcast,
Okay.
and I always look forward when you're on there because you are
yes.
the one who
Yes.
says it like it is, and
Yes.
you always say I'm always screaming at the radio when I watch it or on the computer, and like he says exactly what I was thinking. So
Okay.
you got it down.
That's what I'm here for. I'm
Yeah.
the color commentary. I'm not. If you want strategy and analysis, you go to Taryn. If you want fancy Fencerton, you go to Melissa. If you want the real tea, you come to me. That's how it goes.
That's
All right,
right.
cool. So how you feeling? Are you nervous? Excited?
I am very
apprehensive?
nervous.
Yes.
All of that. All
Okay.
the above.
Yes.
I'm ready. But I'm here to embrace it. I'm here to have a good time, win the money. I'm here to just had this whole experience, and this is something cool that I never thought I'd be on.
Cool. And now I read your bio, and of the people who I've read everybody's bio, but I felt like yours was the most thought out in terms of you have a strategy and a plan, and you recognize who you are and what you need to do coming into the game. So Sequester's a game where there's a lot of twists and turns along the way, but nevertheless it's a reality show, and it's populated probably, I'm guessing, I don't know, but people who are probably younger than you for the most part.
Yeah.
So how are you going to tackle that?
Well, yeah. So I'm coming in as the old guy, and which is fine. And usually those are the people that become the cannon fodder. They get knocked out quick. But I think what I bring something different is that I am very competitive.
Okay.
I do have life experience. I do have the ability to deal with a lot of different people, being the age that I am, being that I've been in the military.
Now, let's stop right there. You said the age you are, but I have to say, as Bryce Isaiah would say, Zaddy, you are pretty jacked, Matt. For somebody who's 51, you're looking pretty good. So I don't feel like you're going to struggle in the competitions.
No, I don't think so either. I think that that's not really going to be the issue, is the competition. It's going to be the social end of it, I think. It's going to be being able to come into a house with younger people, and are they going to be accepting of me? Is there going to be some issues, basically, of I'm going to look at them like you're a stupid kid and shut the fuck up kind of thing, but I have to be able to keep that in check and realize that I got to focus on what I'm there for. It's definitely going in and talking to everybody, making everybody feel comfortable, making feel like they can come to me and talk. If I have to play this father figure role, so be it. I'll play it, just in order for me to get along with everyone. Okay. If not, if people start acting stupid, then I'm going to say, hey, you're acting stupid.
All right, I'm here for it. So now, Taryn Armstrong, who's going to cover the show with me, he wanted me to ask, especially the people that I would consider to be the more cerebral players, is there an optimal way to play Sequester? It's a game where the format is changing from round to round and day to day, and it's played at a blistering pace. Right. So is there a way to optimally play this and not get your hand caught in a cookie jar at some point?
Sure. People that say they have this cut and dry strategy coming in, they're going to fail. You have to be flexible. You have to take it each day, each competition, realize who's strong, realize who does well in certain things, and just be able to adapt to that. And if they're if you notice somebody's really good at mental puzzles, then you get, or even competitions or physical ones. You just have to be able to align yourself with them, kind of work side by side and get through each day to day. It's not long term. It's not a marathon. No, I don't think it is a marathon. I think in this type of environment, it's a sprint.
It's more of a sprint.
Yes,
I understand what you're coming from, though. Yes. So, as someone who knows me, that I sometimes get into it with Big Brother alumni on Twitter and social media because they don't own their freaking moves and they won't admit their stupid gameplay. So, Matt, I'm going to be covering this show for RHAP. Taryn and I both, but if you're going to get it from somebody, it's probably going to be me.
All right.
So, are you here for it? And will you take it if I dish it out to you?
Of course. You're
not going to block me on Twitter?
No.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. The other thing I wanted to ask you was jury management. Is that a real thing to you? And if you make it to the final two, there are two ways to go about this. You make it to the final two, you're like, look, either I win or I don't. I don't really care what the jury has to say. They're losers, girl bye. Or you're thinking about it along the way, like Kim was, and making a cognizant decision, like I do or I don't want to lie or cheat or make this person feel bad on their way out the door. Is that real to you or not?
No, I think jury management that's something that doesn't affect me. You have to be able to sit down in front, if you're the final two, and sit down and look at these people and say, look, I'm here, you're there, and there's a reason why. And if it has caused, if I have to lie or misdirect or, cut the legs out underneath somebody, then so be it. They just have to be able to take it. Don't be bitter.
Okay.
I cannot stand watching those shows and those bitter juries. I just cannot stand that.
All right.
You're there. I'm here.
So what about the second season? Do you think that the jury got it right during season 2? 5-4 verdict for Kim. What did you think over Cameron?
I don't know. She played, to me, a pretty low-key, under-the-radar game. I mean, she did what she had to do socially, but I think he worked a little bit harder, personally.
I think he had a harder road to hoe because he was the one who got there late and then had his own alliance blow up on itself when Jesse decided to go crazy at the final 8 during date night. So, I feel like that he probably had a little bit more of a road to hoe, but she probably had an easier time. Yeah. What's your number one fear walking into this game? What do you fear the most?
I think not getting along with anybody, with everybody, kind of automatically being an outcast.
I don't feel like that. Like I'm talking to you now, and even if I didn't, even if you hadn't kissed my ass already and say Brent is my favorite, like I would already take a liking to you because I feel like you're a genuine article.
Yeah, well, but I think I think it's genuine that me coming in and not being accepted right off the bat, and I have to work harder to get accepted. And it's like I said, this is very fast paced, and so there's no time to sit around and do a lot of thinking. So.
Okay. Last question. So, if anybody, who was your favorite player of the people that played in season 2?
I didn't really have anybody that stood out that was like really good.
Or entertaining, perhaps.
I thought Amanda was pretty entertaining.
Yes, she was.
And I thought that even Veronica was pretty entertaining.
You are standing the two queens that I live for. Yes, Amanda and Veronica could have their own show, and I would totally be here for it.
They were definitely entertaining. I liked how Jesse played the game.
Yes.
I think I would play something closer to what he is. Not exactly, but he's something that's closer to what I would play. But those are probably the 3 that stood out to me as being fun to watch and entertaining.
All right. Well, Matt, I wish you all the luck in the world to go out there and make Rob as a podcast proud.
Oh, yeah.
And bring home the win, all right?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you guys soon.
All right.
Brent Wolgamott here with another preseason interview of Sequester Season 3. And we are here with our next contestant who is here to win the big money. Why don't you tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you do?
My name...
I like that.
Psych.
Yes, psych. Okay.
My name's Drew Harris.
Okay.
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
All right.
Originally, Hardin, Florida. Grew up in between, so I have a deep love for both. I am an account executive for a software and merchant service company, and I am in the business of building relationships and creating raving fans.
I can already tell that you have an amazing amount of charisma emanating from you. So what do you love about this crazy game of Sequester, and how are you going to pull it off?
Okay, sure. Thank you. It's very kind. I am going to really, the most interesting thing to me is going to be the battle challenge.
Okay.
I am looking forward to showcasing perhaps some physical ability and mental fortitude.
You look like you have a little bit of physical ability.
Thank you.
Cool, excellent. And the other part of it is the social game. There's going to be probably, I'm guessing, if it's anything like Season 2, 10 men, 10 women in the house, then you're going to have to try to find some common ground with all sorts of different people, ages, races, orientations. How is that going to work for you? Do you think you're here for it?
Yeah, I think I'm going to actually excel in that. I try to not look at face value or pretend I understand anything. I like to try to see where people are coming from first, putting myself in their shoes instead of saying that just because you do X, Y, Z, oh, I understand that. You know? I think that's going to be key. In building relationships and making friends in the beginning, I'm going to focus on Dale Carnegie's 3 C's. I'm not going to criticize, condemn, or correct. Right.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Criticize,
Yes.
condemn, correct.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, there we go.
By the way, I wanted to give you compliments on your Instagram name for those of you who out there who want to follow him. The coolest name ever. So his name is Drew, right? But his Instagram name is the past tense of draw, which I just thought was so clever and so unique, and it is so nerdy for a game like Sequester. So I was definitely here for it.
Oh, I got more of that stuff.
You got more
too.
of that?
Yeah, 8732, this is Drew, what it do? You know, shout out to the Young Jeezy fans.
Yes! I'm here for it. All right, so Sequester is not exactly like every other reality show on television. It's not like Survivor or Big Brother or even The Genius. It's all rolled into one. It's a game where you are using your social relationships to vote people out, but the format of the game is changing week to week. So how are you, Drew, going to navigate your way through the different twists and turns that the game throws at you?
I'm going to do my best. I don't know what's obviously coming this season, but in that I operate pretty quick. I like to move fast.
I can sense that.
A lot of the things about Sequester I feel like highlight a lot of my attributes that I think that I excel at. So the fast-paced game, the quick moving, I feel like is going to be good.
Not just fast-paced game, a blistering pace.
No shit.
Yes, you're going to be playing your ass off for 5.5 days straight, and if you make it to the end, it's going to feel like a whirlwind at the end. And I wish you all the best of luck in doing that.
Thank you.
Here's the thing. What would you fear the most coming into this game? What could Sequesterbot think of that would absolutely terrify you?
Sequesterbot coming up with something I'm not too worried about. I feel like I can organically adapt, to any type of situation that's thrown out. Player-wise, I have concerns.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I would say probably the thing that I'm going to be weary of is somebody that is also very emotionally intelligent, that focuses on the small details, and again tries to align people and seeing in their shoes, not just the Blake and understand. Those people are dangerous. They're smart. They know what's going on. Okay, so did you watch season 2 of Sequester? I did. Okay, who was your favorite player? So starting off, it was Jesse. Yes, I read in the bio that you were compared him to Johnny Bananas from the challenge. Yeah, yes. I don't know. But not as dumb. Maybe not. But yeah, Jesse, at first glance, caught my eye. And then as the show developed and I started to watch, I really liked Cam. Yeah. Cam was one of my favorites too as the series wore on. I felt like that he really proved his worth. By making it to the final 2, didn't quite take home the win though. No. Do you think the jury got it right? I think, no. I mean, give me the tea. I want the tea. If you feel like the jury didn't get it right, then tell me why. Yes, I don't know. They got it wrong. They got it wrong. Cam should have won. I think Cam should have won. He played a sick game, dude. Okay. I mean, he came in there and not only during his introduction interviews, he laid out a game plan, he executed it, and I was very pleased with that. So in my mind, I would vote for Cam if that was me on the jury. Okay. How you feeling today? Pretty nervous? Apprehensive? Yeah? Oh yeah. I think you're going to be fine. Thank you. I'm psyched about it. Anything you want to ask me before we wrap this up? What is the biggest thing that you're looking forward to this season? I am looking forward to the cast, because the cast from season 2 is the reason why we are now covering Sequester at RHAP Podcast, because they were absolutely freaking phenomenal. So I am so psyched to see if the cast of season 3 is as amazing as season 2 was, because honestly, it is a tough hill to climb, but I feel like you guys can do it. Well, thank you. I hope not to disappoint. Okay, well, Drew, I wish you all the luck in winning the money at the end. No doubt. And we will be watching to see what happens at RHAP Podcast, all right? Sounds good. Thank you so much. See you later. We are here again with another contestant from Sequester Season 3. Why don't you tell everybody out there who you are, where you're from, and what you do for a living?
All right, well, my name's Hunter Ince. I'm 21 years old. I'm from a little small town in Texas, but I just moved to Norman, Oklahoma, where I work at the University of Oklahoma in the Athletics Marketing Department, and I'm also a grad student there. Okay, so I have to tell you, Hunter, out of everybody that I read their bios, yours was the one that really struck me, because I have to tell you 2 things. 1, you're flippin' adorable, okay? But 2,
you have no fucking clue what you're doing. What are you doing here? How in the hell are you going to do good in this game?
I ask myself that all the time. I try to come in with a strategy, but I gotta tell myself it's Sequester, so you don't really know what to expect.
Well, you know a little bit. You know that there's general formats of the game, elimination votes.
Changes every round.
Social game is usually king. If you are good socially, you're probably going to do okay.
Hope so.
Okay, and then if you piss people off, you might get thrown into a battle match.
Yeah.
Okay, so which one are you more scared of?
I'm not scared of battle matches.
Okay.
I'm confident in my ability to challenge.
Okay.
My thing coming in was, I have to survive 5 votes to secure that I'm going to be in a battle match that would take me out of the game.
Yes.
So my magic number is 5.
Okay.
And then I go from there. If I can keep from being voted out,
okay,
fine with me. I believe I can win a battle match.
Okay, I'm excited to see how you do.
Hope so.
You have very fun energy. I'm curious to see how it meshes with the cast. So what is your background with reality TV? Do you like Big Brother, Big Brother, Survivor? Even I can get nervous at times. Big Brother, Survivor. What's your background? Is it just online reality games?
Literally, Big Brother, Survivor, The Challenge, Amazing Race.
Yes. The whole gamut.
You name it.
I'm here for it.
I watch it. I remember having the Big Brother All-Stars saved to our DVR at home, and then we got a new DVR and lost every single episode. I was a huge Howie fan, so when the double eviction, whenever Howie went home, when I lost that.
How old were you when Howie went home?
Oh my gosh.
Because I'm like
7.
I was going to say, you had to be pretty young when Howie went home.
Yeah.
Because I don't know anybody that really liked Howie. I was ready for him to go.
Big Boy.
Yeah.
That's
Big Boy.
Yep.
Yeah. Jenny! Yeah. All right, cool. So Sequester, the game can change, as we talked about, from round to round. Let's talk about something positive. Is there anything that you saw in Season 2 or even before that you thought worked really well, that you could play to your strengths, or that doesn't faze you at all as far as the twists go? What played well for you on television?
I found a lot of people were getting frustrated with others of not really including their input into a conversation.
I'm thinking about Kim. Yes.
Yeah. So,
the winner of Season 2, ladies and gentlemen.
I have to find that balance of, listening to others, but also making sure that I at least give something too. I don't want to just seem like the person who's just taking all this information without really giving them anything.
Okay.
I want to keep that to a minimum.
All right.
I want to receive more than, give information out.
All right, cool. So you're more of a cerebral player. I will ask you this question. This is from Taryn Armstrong, who's going to be covering the show with me. Is there an optimal way to play Sequester? There are so many twists and turns, and as you said, the format is changing from round to round. But social game, to me, is still king, and if you have it on point, you're probably going to do okay. So is there a way to guard against being voted out or thrown into a battle match?
I think a big part of Sequester is your mindset. So I'm very much so the type of player that if something doesn't really go my way, I get down on myself, or I get frustrated, panic a little, and then I kind of lose it. I have to make sure that if a vote doesn't go my way, if I lose my number one ally, that's okay. I'm still in the game.
Thank you.
Lines change every round. A different twist could shake up the game.
Okay.
So just remaining positive and keeping that mindset is what's important.
What do you fear most walking into the game? Is there anything that Sequester bots, i.e. Audrey Middleton, could throw at you that would leave you in tatters by the end of the day?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Seeing people that I don't get along with outside of Sequester.
Okay.
If I have enemies out there.
Enemies?
Yeah.
People hate you?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe that.
That
sounds like fake news, Hunter.
Yeah, no.
Yes. All right. I saw something fun in your bio. I must ask you about this because I'm such a perv. So you can touch your head with your foot?
Oh my god.
But you said it wasn't sexual though.
No.
So how is that not sexual?
No. So I don't even remember how I caught onto it, but remember jumping up and just right.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Casual.
Oh, yeah.
It's on a good day.
On a good day. All right, cool. So let's try to wrap it up. What about jury management? Is that really a thing? You play online reality games.
Yeah.
Is jury management a thing? And if so, how are you going to combat a bitter jury?
It's definitely a thing.
Okay.
In online games, I've been told to be emotionally manipulative.
Okay.
So
own your shit?
What?
Own your shit.
Oh, own my shit.
Own your shit.
I try.
Yes.
I'm a hypocrite when it comes to it. If it's okay for me to fuck you over, but I get butthurt whenever you fuck me over.
That is a common prevalent thing in reality TV gaming.
Jury management is key, but you have to make it there first.
Yes, you do.
So that's my main focus. I'll worry about the jury when I get there.
All right. Well, we're going to be watching to see if you do make it there,
Sweet.
Hunter. Put it here.
Appreciate it.
Go out there and win the money, all right?
Thank you. I hope
all right.
so.
Thank you, guys. Hey, everybody. Brent Wolgamott here with another preseason interview from the cast of Sequester Season 3. We have been going at it all day long. We've got another contestant who says he's here to win the money. Why don't you tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what you do?
Okay. My name is Jordan West. I'm 28 years old, and I'm from Lindenwold, New Jersey. It's a small area, but it's South Jersey. Everybody from Lindenwold call me Jay West or Wild West, so feel free to call me whatever.
I like it.
But yeah, I'm a volunteer fireman. I've been a volunteer fireman for 5 years, so I grew out the face hair, try to, fly under the radar. I won't tell nobody that because I always size up people, size up the area. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's a great part of this game and all of the games. And right now I'm a tow truck driver, so that's actually great to the game because I meet people at the shittiest part of their day.
Yes.
and I gotta fake it just to get a tip, and
exactly.
I get it. So yeah.
All right. So I went over your bio from your application, and the one thing that really jumped out at me was that you said that one of your hobbies is ranting on Instagram. And honey, I am the biggest ranter in the world. Like, people come on Rob's podcast, they're like, I want to hear another Brent rant, please. And I'm like, I can't force them to happen. They just magically happen whenever I want them to. So I'm glad to see that I have a kindred spirit in the ranting business for stupid shit that happens in the world and when people make stupid moves on reality TV. Mm-hmm. So if I actually, we're going to cover Sequester for Rob as a podcast this season. I'm going to watch you, Jordan.
Okay.
And if you do stupid shit, I'm going to call you out for it. Are you prepared to take it?
I'm ready. I'm ready for all that.
Okay.
I'm like you said, I love to bash people and I love to make my rants.
All right.
That's what I'm known for. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you can serve it back to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm here for it. All right. So let's talk about your history with reality TV. So is it are you somebody who has long liked reality TV, like Survivor, Big Brother, Amazing Race, anything like that, and you found Sequester, or is Sequester more of an original love?
No, so I always loved reality TV, and I loved Sequester from the rip when it first started.
Yeah.
And I just felt like I should apply to this because it's strictly game. It's with the time crunch, but I've got into this later than the other shows. Like, I started watching The Challenge. That's what I originally started watching.
Right.
But then I became a Big Brother fan, the Survivor fan, and I just been addicted to all those. And then I started watching Aubrey season 17. That's when I started watching even Big Brother. Mm-hmm. And to know that she even had this show, I'm like, whoa, I gotta watch it. And I've been watching it, and I'm like, yo, I can get on there. It's strictly game. It's like, I ain't really gotta be in the house too long.
Right.
I didn't know that how it was in the beginning, but it's just it's fun.
That's why we are covering Sequester Season 3 for Rob as a podcast, because it's literally 20 nutcases in a house all fighting to win the money.
Exactly.
And it's all game, and we are totally here for that. So we know that the game changes from round to round. Is there anything that you fear going into the house? Any twists along the way that you think, I really don't want to see that if I had my druthers?
Okay, I definitely fear going out first. That's
fear going out first?
That's a big fear.
Okay.
But
there is a way to guard against that. If you find an LOS, because Judd was going to go out first until he found an LOS.
And he backdoor. I mean, he messed it up for everyone.
Yeah,
he did
mess it up for everyone next round. Yes, when he decided to press the red button. Yeah. Yes. But if you can find an LOS or an immunity idol, as they would say in Survivor, you can protect yourself from getting voted off. So, are you going to look for him? If you're that concerned about being voted off,
no. That was just like a little joke.
Okay.
But I'm definitely going to look for LOSs. That's the type of game player I am. I'm a go-getter.
You're aggressive.
Yeah, I'm aggressive. I'm going to make the game come to me, but I'm not going to make it obvious. If I get like a good social game and with the house, I'm going to try to fly under the radar, but I'm still going to look if I have just a tad bit of time, like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to try to do my size up. Like I said, I've been sizing up the building already, so I'm trying to remember every little thing. But that's the type of player I am. I'm with it.
Cool. Well, you have a great energy about you. I think people are really going to like you. Going into the season, though, Sequester is a game that I've questioned whether or not you can really have an optimal strategy for it, because you can have your social game on point, but you don't know what's coming down the pike as far as the format of the game changing from round to round whenever they unveil whatever twist is happening that specific round, or if anybody presses the red button like Judd did and activates something. So how can you guard against that? What's your overarching strategy for this season?
Just like you said, you got to go with the flow. And my strategy is just to not to even stay with the numbers, to communicate with the people who's not with the numbers. So if it's always a Kim or a Jake that wasn't allowed in the room,
right?
I'm gonna let them know every little thing, but I'm gonna always give intel to the the big majority of the group. And if I'm not even allowed in at one time, I'm gonna come in with a lie. So right. I gotta always be interested and let people know what's going on. So I'm ready, man.
Okay. So you watched season 2?
Yeah,
yes.
Yes.
I am just a recent convert to Sequester, which is why I'm so about it now. Who was your favorite player in season 2? If you can name anybody.
Okay.
Yes.
I can definitely name someone.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm gonna say Judd. But I'm not. It's not obvious because like he played a good game to watch.
Ballsy game.
Yeah, he made a fake LOS.
Yes.
And he put a target on his back. He called out players, but that's not the game. I mean, that's the game I'm gonna try to play. But if I don't have to play it like that, I won't. But Hamza, I feel like I loved his game when he was in the battle back and he was faking it with everyone.
Pissed. You're that battle back. Yeah,
no, I'm talking about in the battle back when he got back in the house. I love that. I'm like, all right, so.
Yeah, when he was talking about vote for this one, but then it's like secretly he's like, okay, let's vote. Okay, cool. Yeah,
but I like Hamza's game, but I'm all up. I'm all up in the air with
anybody who irritated the living fuck out of you in season 2.
Veronica.
How dare you, Jordan?
I probably would love her, but Veronica, man, I mean,
you're gonna hear from Veronica on that, I tell you. All right, so thank you. Last question here. Are you? I feel like I know this question, but are you somebody who takes into account jury management along the way? Is it like when you are like if you make it to the jury phase of the game and you're voting people out, are you thinking about the way you're treating people as they are getting voted out of the game, or how you're treating them as you are beating them in a battle back match and sending them over to the jury if you're going to sit in the final 2? Is that something you consciously think about, or are you coming from the school where some other people might come from where they're like, look, I got to get to the final 2. If I get to the final 2, we'll see if they give me the money. I can't really help it.
Nah, I'm definitely thinking about jury management. That's important. This is part of the game, to win it and to have a good relationship with the jury. But I'm going to try to play.
The game.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to try to play ruthless in the beginning to the people that's not in the jury, to shake them up so they're not playing their strategy. But so they can't be the jury guys, though.
They can't be the jury.
They can't make it to jury. But once I get into jury, I can show them the real Jay West.
Girl, bye to you. If you're in the pre-jury, he's going to treat you badly on the way out the door.
Exactly. If you're in pre-jury, I will not give a fuck.
All right. I like it. I'm here for it. No. Jordan, I am so excited to see you play this game.
Thank
I know you are excited to get it going, and we wish you all the best and luck. Clear there, pal.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Brent back here with another interview for the cast of Season 3 of Sequester. I am joined by this gentleman. You're going to tell everybody your name, where you're from, and why you love Sequester so much.
Hey, I'm Dustyn. I'm 27. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, and can't wait to get in the house and just kind of get the game going. I'm mostly excited just to see how everything starts to adapt, because you know how everything changes every season on every show, especially Sequester, and I can't wait to see kind of meet everybody, actually, first and foremost.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. So it makes more sense. I actually must have missed that you're from Canada, so it makes more sense now that you picked Jesse as one of the people who was your favorite person to watch on season 2.
Yeah, I was kind of mostly
he was one of my favorite people too. Yes,
it was kind of a close to home thing where I was just like, hey, another Canadian.
Cool, excellent. You also picked Amanda too, and why is that?
Amanda, I just knew her from previously. I'd met her before.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I'd known her before, and I just already knew that she was going to be crazy. The antics were going to be up in the air there.
Right.
And so I knew that was going to be all over the place, because, I mean, if you did watch season 2, that was, there was some exciting moments.
She had a blast.
Yeah.
She was real the entire time. Her and V were my 2 favorite people to watch during season 2. If you're just there for entertainment only purposes.
Oh yeah.
I have to say. So tell everybody, like, well, what do you do for fun? Do you like reality TV, Survivor, Big Brother? Do you watch any of that stuff? I mean, or did you just like fall into Sequester and orgs in general?
See, and I used to watch a lot of online reality. Not a lot of online reality game shows. I did a bit after my Big Brother stint. But watching Big Brother a lot as a kid, it was my mom got me into it season 1, and so we started watching.
Season 1?
Yeah, so we were watching it. Like,
the forgotten season.
Yeah, we were watching it from the very beginning, and then it just kind of teetered off. And then my interest kind of got picked back up once, like, Sequester and everything. I was on one of the online seasons.
Right.
And it kind of got picked back up. But as of right...
I did hear that you played online Sequester.
Mm-hmm.
You are a character.
Yes.
I have heard.
Yes. There was a time I spent on Sequester. I can't remember season 4 I believe, or season 6. I can't quite remember. But yeah, I was on online Sequester, and that kind of piqued my interest back into reality TV shows and stuff. And then getting back into it, I was like, we're on like season. What are they on? With Big Brother, it's season
21.
21.
Yeah, we just wrapped up season 21 last night, actually.
Yeah, season 21. Yeah, and I was like, wow, time flies. Like, I've missed a lot.
All right, so I've been waiting to ask this question. So this is a multiple choice question. You watched season 2. This is a little shady question, but I really want to know the answer to this question. So it's like we're on a game show. Rob has a game show, right? All right. So who played the worst during season 2? And it's a multiple choice question. Now, you don't have to co-sign my narrative of these answers if you disagree with them, but you can tell me what you think. So choice number 1 is Colin for standing out in the sun for 20 minutes in a 30-minute challenge, only to throw it and yet miss all of the strategy time. 2 is Cindy for knowing that her own ally was going to get voted off again. If you watch Big Brother Canada, she voted off her own ally twice, for heaven's sake, and then she did it again in Sequester. And for the 3rd choice, it is Hannah for revealing to Judd that she was voting him out, turning herself into a target, and then what the fuck out of nowhere, targeting her own allies for a battle match. So of those 3 lovely choices, who would you give the shadiest shade to?
I'd have to pick Cindy, just because. I mean, everybody else, it happened to them, and it was like with Colin, like that was just kind of shitty luck. Like,
you think so? Huh?
I kind of think that's shitty luck. But with Cindy, that was like you said, it happened again.
Yep.
Like, this is her going, like, I shot myself in the foot, and then shooting herself in the foot again, go on another show.
Yes, my colleague Taryn Armstrong actually watched Sequester Season 2 after me, after I, like, basically haggled him into, I'm like, would you like this podcast about the show? Because I really love the show, and I think you would love the show. And he's like, let me take a look at it. He starts watching it, and he was totally addicted. And the one thing he wrote back to me was, I can see Cindy hasn't changed. Not at all. So, old habits die hard, I feel like. So let's talk about the twist. Sequester isn't like your average reality show in that the format changes from week to week and round to round. So what are the twists that you are most excited about, or ones that you are most afraid of? Up to you.
It's those twists where it's if one person picks, like if you've seen season 2, there was
season 2.
Yeah, season 2. There's the flip vote that like Judd, he presses the button. It's those ones that really worry me, because I'm just like, guys, if we all just play it safe and just don't do this, like everything will be normal. But if somebody really wants to kind of flip the house on its head, then it's a twist like that.
For those of you who haven't watched season 2, there was a round where they could press a green button and a red button, and if all of the contestants playing, if even one person pressed the red button, then that would activate the twist where the lowest number of votes got voted off instead of the highest number of votes got voted off. So Judd was the person who pressed the red button that round. He was the only person who did, actually. Would you press the red button if you felt like you were in dire straits? Because I feel like that Judd felt he was in dire straits, having been voted out the previous round or so, but only to be saved by an LOS, and then he felt like he really needed to shake up the game, and that's why he pressed the button.
I feel like if I was in dire straits, of course I would flip the vote like that. But I think the key is just to not let yourself get in that position in the first place.
All right. Well, this is the first season, like I said, the RHAP is covering Sequester. I often get into it with people on social media for calling them out for their terrible moves. I just want to know if you are going to be somebody who I can respect at the end of the game, or are you somebody who I'm going to have to come for? That's what I want to know, Dustyn.
I think I'm going to be somebody that you can respect at the end of the game.
I will hold you to that.
Yeah. Send me a message after.
All right, cool. I have a couple more questions. The ordained minister thing, that I saw that in your bio, and that jumped out at me because my dad is an ordained minister. He's been a Southern Baptist preacher for like 30 years. So how did this happen? When did you become an ordained minister? That's a big deal.
So mine's a little less. I
imagine so.
Yes. Yeah, ours was a bet between me and my roommate on who could get a better title. And so I've got ordained, I'm an ordained minister through the Universal Life Church.
Okay.
And he's a baron through, I can't remember, there's a small island where you can pay money to be a baron or a count.
This
or
sounds
anything.
shady, Dustyn. I don't know. Yeah.
It is. So I am, I've got a certificate and everything through the Universal Life Church to be ordained. Unfortunately, in Canada, there's a lot more stuff you have to go through to actually officiate a wedding.
Freaking Canadians.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Well, Dustyn, it has been a pleasure talking with you. I know that all of the fans out there in RHAP land are wishing you the best of luck. All the best, man.
All right, we'll
Good
chat
luck.
to you soon.
Hey everybody, it's Brent Wolgamott here with another edition of the preseason interviews from Sequester Season 3, and I am joined by another contestant who thinks he's going to win the money at the end. Kevin, why don't you tell everybody out there your full name, where you're from, and what you do?
Awesome. Well, my name's Kevin Grannen. I'm 21. I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio. Right now I'm a student at Northern Kentucky University. I do have experience in the car industry. I've been doing that for a little under 2 years.
The car industry or the card industry?
Cars.
The car industry.
We're driving.
Okay, we're driving.
We have vehicles. We're
Yes.
selling them.
Okay.
Putting them on the road, making
All right.
customers happy.
So you have a good relationship with your customers where you get them to buy something and they listen to you.
You persuade them.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, I'm here for that. So are you going to incorporate that into your Sequester game?
I think that's a very important key into
Okay.
it. You got to be able to put people on your page, and you're basically selling yourself here too.
Okay.
You know what? You want people to trust you just like your customer would be able to trust you.
Okay, now not to bury the lead here, but I have looked at your application, and I must say that while you are very smashing in terms of looks, you have some interesting pictures with the senator from my home state, Mitch McConnell. You're a Make America Great Again guy? What is this? Tell me the real tea.
All right.
You can give me the real tea.
Definitely.
Yes.
2016, voted for Donald Trump.
Yes.
And I am not ashamed of that in
Okay.
one aspect.
My parents also voted for Donald Trump, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
Well, they're great American patriots.
Uh-huh, yeah, they are. They like to think they are.
But no, I think that's a really good thing.
Okay.
A lot of people think that's a very controversial subject these days, but I like to look at a lot of the policy more than just what, Donald Trump himself says.
Okay.
If you look at our country, we have historic unemployment levels for Black Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, women unemployment as a 52-year low. We have more jobs in this country right now than people looking for jobs. We have tax cuts and deregulation. Our economy is booming right now.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you right there, only because I know, and I've heard all of this from the Trump campaign before. Not that it isn't true, but I've heard, there's a spin, you can spin things either way you want to look at it. What I want to know is, the stuff that you're telling me now, is this something that you potentially think is going to come up in the House at a later time when you're just shooting the shit with the House guests, or
it's definitely about to come up. So
Okay.
Going into a little bit of strategy, because it plays into my strategy.
Okay, I want to hear this. This is what I want to hear, yes.
My first day, I can't go in there, blasting that I love Trump. Because in today's society, a lot of people just want to label you as that, and they want to use that to target me, is what I would think.
Okay.
So once I finally get my grounding in the alliance that I can trust, I'm going to come out and wear my Trump shirt that I brought with me. So it's definitely something that's going to shake up the House a little bit. So I want to see where people lie, and it could be my closest alliance that ends up stabbing me in the back for that decision.
Okay. Now, what I have said to various people who, I couldn't talk to very many people about the cast, but there were a few select people, and I said that, this game moves at a blistering pace. It's literally like 5-6 days. You're voting out or eliminating 4 people a day, and, there's 2 rounds a day with a battle match and a vote. So it's moving fast. I think by the 3rd day you're going to be relatively close to the jury and the money, and you're like, well, why the hell am I going to wear this stupid shirt if I'm that close to winning? So are you going to prove me wrong, or are you still going to wear it no matter what?
I think I'm going to wear it no matter what, because at the end of the day, I'm proud of my president, and I'm proud of our country.
All right, well, I hope you're proud of your Sequester game by the end of this, because if you get to the end, you're going to have to get past the jury, and you're going to have some semblance of a jury management. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about when I talk about this? Because I know that you didn't know who I was, and you don't really know what Rob as a Podcast is, so that tells me that you don't, live and breathe reality television, so I'm not sure you know exactly what I mean when I say jury management. Or you could prove me wrong. Tell me what it is.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't necessarily know. If I had to give you a guess, though, I think it was just managing or seeing who I want to be in the jury that's going to end up helping me if I'm at the end.
It's not just that. It's also about how you treat them on the way out the door. So let's say you make it to the final 2 chairs. All of those people who are sitting on the jury are people that you had a hand in voting out. That you had a hand in either voting out or eliminating through a battle match, or one of your allies did. how are you going to own that, and how are you going to treat them on their way out? Are you going to say, like that, see you later, girl, bye? Or are you going to be like, treat them with a little bit more compassion and good sportsmanship to make them feel good about potentially voting for you at the end, Kevin?
There's a reason they got voted out in the first place. So I'll say bye to them. I don't see any reason to be mean or anything across those lines. Okay. Because I do need that. But there's a reason that they're getting kicked off at that point.
Okay, all right. Enough of he said what he said. I tell you. Survivor Sequester has various twists along the way. Is there anything you're particularly fearful of besides revealing your "Make America Great Again" shirt?
I think if there's one thing, it's when you have to get the least amount of votes.
I've heard this before. Yes.
That's definitely something that's scary. I'm definitely down to self-vote myself if it's going to propel my game.
Now, I saw 2 people in that twist in Season 2 who voted for themselves and then ended up in the tie because they voted for themselves.
Well, they didn't have their numbers.
And they didn't have their numbers, exactly. Yes.
I think I'm pretty confident in my ability to make sure I have those numbers. I think the people
I'm confident that you're confident.
I think the people from last season really did not do a good enough job assuring those votes. They thought it, but they didn't really push at the end.
Yeah, Dan Ginsburg thought he had 9 votes coming his way.
That was ridiculous. They're crazy.
Who did you like from Season 2, Kevin? Let's talk about some fun stuff. Who did you like from Season 2 that put a smile on your face?
I think Judd put a smile on my face. Yeah. I see him a little bit with me, just wanting to be out there.
I see the similarities.
Creating a little bit of mayhem throughout.
Yeah.
I think Jake played his game well too.
Okay.
And I was
from your area.
Yes.
Cincinnati.
Yes, that is very true. We both grew up in the same area, which is awesome.
All right. Cool. Anything else you want to tell us besides spin from the Trump campaign?
Hey, if that's how you want to word it, that's totally fine.
All right.
I'm gonna keep quiet there.
All right, sounds good. Well, Kevin, notwithstanding your political affiliations, I have to say I wish you all the best of luck in the world. I am excited to see how you turn out. If you actually come home with the money, I will be floored, but I will be so here for it just to watch it all play out. So all the best of luck in the world, sir. And I really do mean that. And I'm so psyched to watch our audience watch you in the end and see how they respond to you.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show. I'm really super pumped.
Cool. Everyone, enjoy. I'm here with the next person who's going to play. Why don't you tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what you do?
Okay. My name is Ty Howell. I'm a bartender from Athens, Georgia.
Okay.
I also manage a few restaurants there, or have managed a few restaurants there. I'm originally from northern Indiana.
Word!
Yeah.
I graduated from northern Indiana.
South Bend or?
Norwell High School, but I went to Plymouth.
Okay.
I went to Plymouth High School for a little while.
Okay. I went to Concord.
I know Concord. Yeah. I competed against people from Concord High School.
Very cold up there.
God, it's a small world, I tell you. All right, so why Sequester? What do you love about this crazy game?
I like Sequester because it's more fan created, so it's fun. It's all the good things about the reality TV shows that you want to go and do, and none of the bullshit that you want to do.
That is honestly the truth about why I decided to start covering Sequester and begged Rob to let me cover it, was because I'm like, these are 20 freaking nutcases in a house. There are no wallpapers. There's no Annalises, no Jessicas, no people that are just literally floating by. There are people who are gamers who are literally going for it. And I'm really psyched to finally cover this season. You are a Sequester alumnus online, correct? Or not?
I'm not.
You're not. You did not play online. But did you ever play online games before?
I have.
Okay.
I played some in kind of preparation for, because I knew I was going to apply for this season. I'd been contacted to play the first 2 seasons and just couldn't because of work and whatnot. And I knew I was going to have time around this time, so I played a few games online starting in February within the community.
All right.
Just to kind of get my reputation out there, I guess. And they were fun. I never really did well, but...
So tell me how you're feeling today. Are you feeling nervous? Excited? What's going on?
I'm not feeling nervous. I'm just anxious. Let's go.
You want to go?
Yeah. I want
Let's move in.
I want to meet everyone. Yes. I want to see size everyone up. See who I'm gonna get along with, who I'm not gonna get along with. Just hit the ground running.
All right. Let's talk about your strategy. So Sequester is a more thinking man's game. It's not exactly like Survivor or Big Brother. There are twists in the format of the game. Changes from round to round, and you have to use your strategic acumen to navigate your way through that. So, what's your plan, Ty?
I don't really have a plan.
You don't have a plan. I like the honesty.
I never have a plan, really, in all facets of my life. It's kind of
Is it adaptability? That's what you have to have here?
Yeah, it's really going to depend on the other kind of people who are in this game and what each round is kind of different in this game. So I feel like if I overthink it and go into this game like with the strategy, like this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to shoot myself in the foot, because if I stick to a strategy and I'm throwing something else, I'm not going to be in the right mindset to like move around that. So I'm just going to be myself and see who I get along with, and hopefully that can get me as far as possible.
All right. Well, you talked about the way the game changes from round to round. Obviously, every twist is different. Some are more subtle, some are more dramatic. I've been asking people what is their least favorite twist, but let's talk about your most favorite twist from Season 2. Is there anything that you really thought played well and that you would like to participate in and you wouldn't be threatened by?
I kind of loved the date night round because...
Preach, honey.
Yeah.
I loved date night.
Because it's just like forcing people who kind of hate each other to have to talk strategy with each other. And it's like, maybe see if there's something the two of them can agree on and move forward with that. Or just like, I'm particularly thinking of the confrontation between Kim and Hamza. It's just like
that is exactly what I thought,
sit in a room together and like talk strategy, and how Hamza was shitting his pants because he just tried to get her out of the game. And she's just sitting there like, I got you now. You can't escape.
Exactly. So for those of you who don't know, date night was a twist where I think there were 8 people remaining in the game at the time, and they all went on 5-minute dates with each other. But once you went on a date with somebody, you would never see them again. So you couldn't talk any more strategy. So if I went on a date with Ty at the beginning, we thought of, hey, we're going to vote out, Jordan. Then later on down the line, other people might have other ideas, and by then you might have changed your mind. So it created a really fun dynamic that I thought played really, really well on television. Let's talk about the jury. We've seen a couple seasons of Big Brother where the jury did not necessarily vote for the person who was widely perceived to be the best player. Do you feel like you understand what jury management is, and is that a real thing to you?
No. I mean, my goal is always to just get to the end and then just explain to the jury how I got there and if they want to give me the win or not.
So first things first.
Yeah, first things first is to get to the end.
Okay.
If you're too busy, and I'm not really an ass kisser. I'm just not.
I can see that.
So
you keep it real though.
Yeah.
I feel like your authenticity will serve you well.
I try to.
Yeah.
I try to be nice to everybody, but I don't kiss their ass.
I'm here for it. I feel like people can smell it when you're kissing their ass. Yeah. Especially if you're not into it.
No.
So we saw during Season 2 that a lot of people, especially post-jury, in my opinion, were reluctant to lie. Thank you. I have somebody over here giving me time so I don't go for too long in these interviews. Would you lie if you had to? And is it something that, a lot of people wouldn't, in my opinion, in Season 2. They were like, look, I don't want to lie because I don't want to piss people off as they're walking out the door. I'll just tell them straight to their face I'm voting for him. But I felt like that was a risky call.
It depends on the person. Like, there's someone who's not going to be that pissed off if you lie to them because they understand the game. And there's more emotional people who maybe you had a close bond with that if you lie to, it's really going to hurt them. So you got to make that judgment call when time comes. There's going to be some people it's going to be very easy for me to lie to, and there's going to be some people who's like, I probably shouldn't lie to them.
Okay. Last question. I saw in your bio, favorite player of Season 2. The confessional queen herself, who I am living for.
Yes.
Rachel.
Yeah.
Tell me why Rachel was so freaking great and why you were entertained by her.
Because she's not up her own ass. Like, she knows her own faults. She knows, like, when she does something bad in the game.
Yes.
And she's not, like, trying to act like she knows everything that's going on. And I found that endearing, and that with her sense of humor, and, like, she really did have her finger on the pulse of the game. She knew, like, who we're working with who. She's fucking hilarious. Like, just
she really is.
Just like some of the stuff she said.
Stank
like,
hoe pussy.
That, like the whole Judd's like house arrest thing with this LOS. Like, I was dying laughing at that. Like, I don't know. She just seems like a person I would get along with. So
me too. And Rachel, if you're out there, call me. All right. So Ty, honestly, I wish you the best of luck. Hey everybody, this is Brent Wolgamott from Rob Has a Podcast. We are here interviewing the cast of Sequester Season 3, and I'm here with somebody who intends on winning the money. Zach, why don't you tell everybody who you are, your full name, what you do, and where you're from?
All right. My name is Zach. I am originally from Chicago, Illinois. I now live in Denver.
Okay.
I'm 28 years old, and I work in operations for Amazon.
Okay, so the only thing I really got from your application was that you played football, little track and field, you're really into sports, and you have a somewhat definitive strategy on how you're going to play this game. So why don't we talk a little bit about that?
All right. So, I definitely have a strong athletic background.
Right.
Played football since I was young. Got to play through...
I can't tell. You look.
I've been putting on weight before the show to
you
kind of
look
hide
great.
it. I don't want to
Come
put a target on my
back.
Oh my god, yes. I played football and ran track through college. I now try to stay fit and athletic through doing long distance running.
Okay.
So recently I've completed my first marathon, did a 25K trail run, and attempted a 50K. Didn't go so well, but I tried.
All right.
So I continue to do that to kind of stay competitive. With that and my gameplay, it's something, obviously, it's hard to hide with staying physically fit, but, like, I want to use more of my social aspect for sure.
Okay.
I feel like I have a very strong social game, and I say that for a couple reasons. I used to be in the fitness field. One of the things I really strive on is when I had my own fitness company is that I had a very high closing rate. I had about a 90% closing rate.
All right.
So 9 out of 10 people really wanted to work with me and kind of connected with me, which is something...
If you can get 9 out of 10 people in Sequester to agree with you, I feel like you're probably going to be doing pretty well.
I hope so.
I hope so,
I connected in the wrong way.
Well, let's talk about Sequester and reality TV in general. So, did you become just a fan of reality TV since you were younger, and like Survivor and Big Brother, that kind of thing, and you just kind of fell into Sequester, or was Sequester kind of its own special entity that you discovered and you took a liking to?
Yeah, so my brother and sister and I have been really big fans of Big Brother for a long time.
Okay.
It's kind of what keeps us together.
Yes.
And it kind of also pulls us apart.
All right.
So we pick our favorites, and it kind of, you know how it goes from there.
I know that life. I know that life. Yes.
We all have our favorites, and we all want to see certain people to win. But so like I kind of got into Survivor not too long ago. Watched a couple seasons.
Okay.
And then I have auditioned for Big Brother a few times.
Okay.
And
they stupidly said no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Idiots.
Freaking idiots. Okay.
They'll regret that.
They'll regret it, okay.
But yeah, so a few times I've met a lot of people networking through all the auditions, and one of the people that I auditioned with tried out for this show and hit me up and said, hey, you should really check Sequester out.
Okay.
And try out.
And you're here.
And it worked out. He's sitting at home and I'm here. So.
Oh wow! Well, that's crazy.
Well, for others I know. I don't know.
Okay, you don't know. That's true. That's true too. And I don't know either. So because I have no idea who you're talking about. But the thing about Sequester is that it's not exactly like Survivor or Big Brother in terms of majority doesn't necessarily rule from round to round. Not only does your social game need to be on point, but you also have to navigate the twists that are coming your way. How are you going to deal with that? And is there an optimal strategy to play Sequester in a way where you can navigate the twists and turns and the changes in the format in the game and also survive?
I think it's a great question. One of the ways I think I'm going to handle that is my adaptability. With the current job and position I have now, working with Amazon, I work at a very fast pace. I work with a lot of people and a lot of change very fast. So it makes me think quickly on my toes. Hopefully I can anticipate the changes that are coming quickly here.
Okay.
Because there I can kind of anticipate some of them. Here, I have no idea. It's going to come out of left field. So
right.
I hope I can just kind of make the right connections and have people pull me with them to steer the right way.
All right, so you're a recent convert to Sequester, but I have to believe you watched season 2, yes?
I did.
Okay, anybody jump out that you either thought was strategic mastermind or at least entertaining that you enjoyed watching on your television?
Ooh, oh man, that is a tough one to answer.
Yes.
I think there's quite a few. I think the point of the game makes a big difference on who you follow.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a name I would directly throw out to say.
Okay.
I'd say I like rewatching it and kind of focusing in on individual people and seeing what their strategy is and what took them to that point and what got them out.
Okay, sounds cool. So I know you also watched the end of it. Kim beat Cameron by a vote of 5-4. I've asked a few people this. Do you think that the right person won at the end there? And if so, why?
Ooh, I think Cam played a really strong game towards the end, and that's what really brought it so close. Kim did stick to her guns. She said she was going to be honest, and she was. Like, she was loyal to the people that she was there and she played the game she wanted to.
Right.
And to answer. Yeah.
Don't be Fencerson, Zach. I need an answer.
All right. Yes. I will stop beating around the bush. Yes. I think she should have won.
Okay. Sounds good. So anything else that you are worried about coming down the pike of Sequester and Sequester bots and anything that they might throw at you? What's your worst nightmare walking into the house in a couple hours?
Ooh. I'd say I've really contemplated my own gameplay. I think it's one of those things that's really hard to just kind of strategically stick with because you don't know who you're going to meet and you don't know the personalities you're going to be around. So I think that's one of the things that's been kind of driving me back and forth is playing out scenarios, but obviously nothing's happened yet, so I shouldn't even be putting, running thoughts through my head.
Okay.
So I think that's something that really ends a lot of people's games is they overthink things before they even happen, and I want to avoid doing that. And giving the wrong information. I mean, it's a small house.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I can get in on enough conversations to know what's going on.
Okay, cool. Last question. So I'm going to give you two choices. You tell me which is your preferred strategy in the game. Right. You could have a big alliance, like a 9-person alliance, like Colin did in Season 2. Or you could have a solid final 2 with one other person. Which one do you think is going to take you further in the game?
Let's say a solid final 2.
Yeah?
Right off the bat. I think one of the things I've seen, watching these games a lot is that those guys who really take charge and try to build those big alliances, they nip at each other, and it's too much room for error. It's a great thing to kind of poke your head in for a bit, but that final 2 is going to take you way farther. It can allow you to flip the house, and it can allow you to make a lot of changes and stronger moves, more alliances, and I just see the big alliances fail too many times, so it's something I don't want to be involved in.
Yeah, well, judging from the outside, and my word is not gospel, I would say I'd probably err on the side of what you said as well, having a final 2 with someone who I knew I could trust, because I feel like 2 people together with a common enemy can do a lot of damage in this game. So I feel, Zach, it has been a pleasure talking with you. You have a lot of great, fun energy, and I'm excited to see what happens as far as you play this game later on today. So good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Sequester.